Hello and welcome to episode 136 of the Seal podcast. I'm your host, Pilch, and joining me this week on my left is Dave,
Hello.
and on my lower left is Neil.
Hi.
Hello, boys. How are we today?
Hot at the moment in my steamy house.
It is quite warm, actually. It's quite
I don't-
muggy today. It's been a
It's
little bit weird.
it's more muggy than anything for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit knackered because I've been away all week. So
Oh, yes, we'll hear all about that in a minute, I'm sure.
I will bore you to tears so shortly.
I suppose we had better say that Fraser is clearly not here because I'm hosting. What was he doing?
I think
Another
he's gone to a
barbecue, I
cabin,
think.
hasn't it? He's gone to a cabin or something,
he?
did he say?
Oh,
I'm
I
sure
thought
that's
he was
what he
having
said he was
another
going to do.
barbecue.
Well, he might be having several if he's at a cabin.
Oh, that's a big bottle you got there, Dave. What are you
I think
drinking?
it's a bottle of sassy.
Mm,
It's
lovely. Okay.
cider rosé. It was bottle of the barrel. Ran out of beer.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
right
trying to
now.
think of a word that rhymed with sassy that might describe it, but I was failing. I'm failing.
It's not great.
Nasty.
Right,
That's about as close as I can get.
Oh, we're still doing this, are we? Okay. Right, I'm moving you on. Right, intros and shout outs. Nothing to report on Fantasy League yet because the season, is it next week it starts?
Premier League kicks off a week today, so your teams will need to be in by about
day
6 p.m. ish, I think, on the Friday.
Excellent.
Got another.
Excellent.
We've got
how many?
up to 18, I think, in the league now. I think it was
18. We almost got a full league.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The proper league kicked off today, obviously.
Well, yeah, okay. We want to talk about that?
Well, I'm sure
first
Lord
game,
would
who's
want
playing?
to mention it. Lord would love us to mention the fact that his team lost the first game of the season 1-0 and to Burnley.
Start as you mean to go on. To Burnley. Oh dear.
Yeah, Burnley, now managed by a certain Vincent Company, you may have heard of.
Oh yeah, yes. That's a strange one, isn't it?
Assistant Craig Bellamy, who you most definitely would have heard of. But yeah, so I thought Burnley would be struggling this season beforehand, but because they've lost a lot of their squad, they've been poaching obviously for the as they've been relegated from the Prep. But well, I don't know if it's Huddersfield were bad or Burnley were good, but Burnley looked very good tonight compared to Huddersfield at least. But Huddersfield have also lost quite a few of their players and their manager. I didn't realise until today. So could be an interesting season for them. We have just had a tweet in, by the way.
Oh, okay. So we have got something.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of football, I've been banging on about it for the last 3 weeks. But is anybody going to watch the Euro Women's Final on Sunday?
I might do. It's a 5 o'clock, isn't it? I'll finish work at 5. So, which is a bit of a pain.
Yeah, something like that. 5
we watched the semi-final. Oh no! Do I talk about it now, or should I talk about it when I get to it? I'll talk about that part of my trip away. We've been camping, and there was a bar, inverted commas bar, at the campsite. And we asked on the Tuesday night. Was it Tuesday night? They played Wednesday, didn't they? No, they played Tuesday. Yeah, so Monday night we went in and was like, "Oh, will you be showing the football?" Because we underclocked like there's a massive projector screen on the wall, and I could see a projector in the ceiling, and like there's like big speakers and stuff. Well, maybe they'll let on. So yeah, I said, "Oh, we'll probably blah." Yeah. So that next night we went in to watch the semi-final, and we get in there, and I look at the screen and thought, it's a bit of a shitty looking picture for a setup like they've got. And there was watching it on iPlayer on a Mac that they were then streaming to the projector somehow because it wasn't like next to the projector.
Oh, it wasn't even hardwired.
I don't know how it was wired to the projector. Maybe it was an extremely long HDMI cable somewhere. I don't know.
They probably had a Chromecast, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know, something. But it was like the stream just kept cutting out, and it was like, oh my god, this is worse than watching an illegal stream and having to watch some porn adverts or something to get into it. But Probably should have guessed that it was going to be a bit iffy when we were trying to get on the Wi-Fi during the day, and it was just absolutely shocking. You got a better signal in the middle of nowhere on like your mobile Wi-Fi. In fact, you got a better Wi-Fi signal standing outside the bar than you did inside the bar. So I don't quite know what was going on there, but yeah. So we did manage to watch it in the end. I don't know if they just hoofed everyone else off the Wi-Fi towards the end to just make sure they could maintain their stream. But we watched the second half was less disrupted than the first half. But yeah, and there was quite a few people in the bar watching. Good, quite everyone cheering. We had good reasons to cheer. Obviously, 4-0 win in the semi-final. Don't happen very often.
Yeah, no. Not with the men, anyway.
No, I was watching it, and in the first 20 minutes or so, I suppose, if it's 20 minutes, maybe less, I don't know. We was like, oh, they look. It's just like not like watching the men, and then it was like, oh, they're quite attacking, and then they sort of did turn into the men's team. Like got to like the final third, and they just went, no, I'm not going to play that really easy through ball. I'm just going to turn around and play it back to my mate behind me. And I was like, oh, don't start doing that, because that's what I had. Like, what's terrible about watching the men's game is like there's no like. Attempt to like break someone open. It's all like, oh no, we've got to maintain possession. But yeah, it went very differently shortly after that. Obviously, when we banged in 4 goals.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good game. Got a right cheeky third goal. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. So right, do you want to put that tweet in, read it out?
I can, or I can read it out, or I can put it in. It's up to you. Do you want me to just read it out?
Go on then, just read it out, mate.
Okay. It's from MS Rangers, and he says, "Evening Seals, or what's your favourite TV you love to watch? For me, it's reality TV. Big Bruv is my number one. Hoping rumours are true that ITV are bringing it back. In the meantime, to keep me satisfied, I watch the Australian version yearly, which is pretty different to the UK version."
Okay, who's going to go first? Anything specific genre you go for?
Well, I'm a sci-fi and cartoon. And if the two meet, I'm very happy. But yeah, it's mainly sci-fi that I like to watch. Although I would say I've got a I like watching what's it called?
Crash?
No, Trash. It's the one with Fred and they have
What?
blind dates.
Blind dates?
Oh, the Undateables or something, is it called?
No, not the
Is it the one
Undateables.
with the...
They go into a restaurant. They meet for the first time in a restaurant with
Yeah.
Fred, the
Who the
Frenchie.
fuck is Fred? Oh, right, okay, that's the guy. The guy who's on the Ramsey show.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
When he's touring America with Ramsey and Gino.
Yeah, but he's the guy that meets them in this. Oh, I can't remember what the bloody thing's called now.
I've never watched this.
But I'll watch it with the missus. But I do kind of like watching them, and kind of guessing if the guys and the girls, or guys and guys, or girls and girls, actually get together in the end. And we're like, yeah, they'll probably sort of get like fuck, and then that'll be it. Or yeah, no, they seem like couple material, or yeah, no, they had nothing in common. That was it. Kind of guessing with a little game, in the missus, but it's mainly sci-fi films, sci-fi series.
Got anything in particular? Your number one?
The Expanse was a fantastic space opera. But all of it really. One of my favourite films is The Fifth Element. That's a fantastic action story, set in space. But yeah, like cartoons as well. Finn and Jake, Rick and Morty. Just what else? Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls is a fantastic thing to watch. Yeah. Well, I started watching it with my daughter when she was really little. And she kind of grew out of it. And I was like, actually, no, I really like watching it.
Just carry on watching it.
Yeah.
Have you got any other toys?
No, I don't have any of the toys or any of that. I don't. No, I
That's
don't really have
that's
any
what's in
toys.
display. What you can't see when on the other side of Dave's camera, it's just all of his Powerpuff dolls lined up on the wall.
No, I don't really do stuff like that. I don't really have sort of
Collectibles.
collectibles, pictures, or anything like that.
Yeah.
With stuff like that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start. But
Don't do
yeah, at the
Powerpuff
moment.
Girls.
No, what about you,
You've got
Pilch?
your little man cave now. You can start putting all that shit in there, can't
Oh,
you? Fill it up.
I know. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, but yeah, we'll see. I've got other stuff to think about first.
I don't actually watch a lot of telly. Well, no, the telly's always on, but I don't really watch it that much. But one thing I do always put on is either Homes Under the Hammer. Absolutely love that.
that-
Escape to the Country, and the Homes Under the Hammer's got
Dion Dublin.
what's his name? Yeah, he is on it.
Yeah.
It's not just him, but he is on it. Escape to the Country, I like. Just because I'm nosy, I like to look at the house.
What's that? What about Grand Designs with the fancy weird houses and shit like that?
I used to like that. I used to watch Grand Designs all the time, but it's just been on for too long now. And the other one is oh god, what's the one when they go out to abroad?
Benidorm.
There's this oh fuck's sake, Home and Away in the Sun or something. It's called one of them. It's on all the fucking time on Channel 4.
Yeah, basically they're going to move away, and then they get told how much of a fucking nightmare it is trying to move to another country and don't actually do it.
Oh no, it's not that one. Normally looking for holiday homes.
All right.
They go to Spain and say, "Oh, I want a 3-bedroom villa with a pool, and I've got £60,000."
Yeah, all right.
You're not fucking getting that. Oh, it's a little
You
bit.
can have this one for 2 weeks a year.
So that's good.
I'm surprised you don't watch like Ground Force. Well, when Ground Force used to.
No one watches that anymore, surely.
I don't. There's another one. There's one with Charlie. She's on another thing that I can't remember what it's called. But I don't watch gardening ones.
No.
Can't learn anything, can he, from the gardening ones? He knows it all anyway.
But I don't know why I watch the holiday ones because I can't stand the sun. So I stay indoors all the time because I burn like a crisp. But I just love the idea of just being over there and sitting in the pool all day. But I don't really watch that much telly, to be fair. It's just shit. It's normally just shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely not on the reality TV thing. That's for sure. I did watch the first series of Big Brother. Like everyone, I think, did it, didn't they? Like just staying up and it's like 4 a.m. and there's just people sleeping in black and white, and you're like, "What am I doing here?" Like, just something might happen. It's like, no,
I like
probably
things
not.
when
They're
they're
asleep.
new, a new format. I watch something when it's new. Maybe the first couple of 3 years, but after like 6, 7, 8 years, you just think, "Fuck's sake!"
It's 22 years it's been going in the States. Apparently, they're still doing it in the States. Why aren't we doing it anymore over here? As if I just got fed up with it. I don't even know if it's
watching it.
Are you too young to remember the Big Breakfast with Chris Evans?
I remember.
Get your knobbly nuts out.
I just seen that advert, and that's for apparently it's coming back.
But who's going to do it though?
I didn't know who they were.
So that started off as Chris Evans, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, Chris Evans and Gabby Roslin.
Right. Was it Gabby Roslin? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but I remember mostly the Johnny Vaughan. Yes.
Yeah.
I quite like Johnny Vaughan. He fucking cracks me up. I listen
Johnny
to him on the
Vaughan,
radio.
Denise Van Outen, wasn't it?
Denise Van Outen, that's the one I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right.
And Richard Bacon, although he was slightly disgraced, wasn't he?
At the time. Yeah, he's all right now. I think he's okay now. He's not been cancelled. But I don't really watch any of that stuff, like the reality stuff. My missus and my daughter and my son are all watching Love Island, and they have been this evening.
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of it.
Well, it's fucking dire.
I can't bring myself
absolutely
to watch
dire. But it gets like 2.something million viewers, and it's not even on ITV proper. It's on ITV whatever, 3, 2, whichever one it is. So. Yeah, that's total shit. And all of that celebrity, get me out of here. So, yeah, I'm definitely not on that thing. I don't
Yeah,
watch a lot of
apparently,
telly. I watch
apparently, like,
the first few episodes of things and then fall off them. Most I've got. See, I downloaded a shitload of TVs to take away with me for camping in case I couldn't get to sleep and stuff like that. Turns out I was just fucking wasted every night and fucking just fell asleep anyway.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't watch anything all week last week. I've watched every episode of every season of Better Call Saul up until the current season, but I've like held off watching it until they're all out. Because what tends to happen is I just like go on a massive binge with it, and I hate like watching like 7 episodes and then only having one a week for the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's like, ugh. So I'd rather they were all there before I start in case I get carried away with it. But yeah, I like Breaking Bad. I think is possibly my all-time favorite show. That was fucking brilliant.
When did that finish?
That's a long time ago now.
Isn't it?
We're on like series 7 or so, Better Call Saul, I think, so, or 6 is 6 or 7. So it's like like maybe 10 years since Breaking Bad.
I've never seen it. I don't think I've watched one episode.
Well, I was late to the party, big time. Everyone was banging on about it for ages, and I never watched it until it was all finished. And then I just hammered it was like sort of 20 odd episodes in the later some of the seasons. I was just going through it like in weeks.
The thing is now I sort of know what it's about and how it ends, so I don't think there's much point.
Oh, mate, some of the stuff that happened in that was amazing. There was one, I don't know if it was season 3 or 4, one of the endings to the season was just like, holy shit. And I was like, if I'd have had to wait fucking like 3 to 6 months for the next episode, I'd have been going fucking doolally. But thankfully I just went click, watch next episode, because I was that far behind. But
see, sometimes you watch something for a couple of seasons. I watched
Walking Dead.
Yeah, that just turned to shit, didn't it? After about the 5th one. But I watched something. I think it was called Kingdom or something. It was a bit
was it a bit like Vikings, but
Merlin
less
and
brutal?
Yeah, more like sort of Merlin and Round Table sort of storyline. But I saw it was on. There's 3 seasons of it. So I keep saying seasons. That's annoying. Series is. And then I thought
that's why they say seasons, because series sounds a bit weird.
And then I watched they were brilliant, and I thought it had finished. And then I turned on. I'm looking at Netflix all the time. I turned it on the other day, and there's a new season of this thing, and I thought, how the hell have I missed that? And I looked at the date, 2022, so it's only just come out. So, and then I thought, hang on, when was the last one of these I watched? So I went back through the seasons. Somehow I managed to watch 3 episodes of the previous season and then just stopped watching it. But I watched the 3 or 4 seasons straight through and thinking, this is brilliant. Have you ever done it? Suddenly miss something and you realise fucking 2 years later that they're still making it?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. I think I started watching like the first couple of episodes of AC. I can't remember what it was now, but I watched like 2 seasons or something, and then watched the first two episodes, and then it was like being released weekly. I was like, oh fuck it, I'll watch it when it all finishes, and then just never went back to it, and it sort of dropped off my watching list. And and it was only like I went back to it. I was like, oh yeah, I really like that. What happened with this? Oh, I completely forgot about it. Yeah, I can't remember what it was.
Well, I've got to binge Amazon because I think I'm going to fucking ditch it at the end of the month.
How was that? Because you had your email.
It's gone up to 95 fucking quid now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It is, but we were talking about this while we was away, and what you're doing now in future, because we don't watch that much stuff off the TV, and it's not like we're constantly ordering stuff. It's just like, so cancel it, and then if you're going to order something, like maybe get Prime for a month, pay for the month, and then remember to not renew it, and then like while you've got that month, just like, because it's going to cost you, like say it's like £9 a month. If you ordered 2 parcels in that month, that'd probably pay for what you'd have to pay extra for delivery in most places anyway. So, or possibly one parcel, depending on where you're getting stuff from. So you could just do it that way and pay them a bit less. Because I paid for a year in like February or whatever it was, because I was like, there was all these rumours of price rises. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to pay for a year. But when like it goes up by £1 a month, that doesn't sound that bad. From £8 to £9. But from like 79 quid to 94 quid sounds like, I don't know about that. Even though it's still less than £9 a month.
Yeah, I know. But everything's gone up another £1, isn't it? That's the trouble. Before we know it, it's another flipping 10, 12 quid a month on stuff that, I mean, to be fair, I don't think if I didn't watch these programs, I wouldn't. It's not like you fucking miss them.
Yeah.
You watch them, you watch everything that's on it because you're paying for it. But I stopped paying for the entertainment, Now TV entertainment channels. So that'd be Westworld is probably the only thing I really ever watched on it anyway. I'm just not watching Westworld anymore. It's not as if I'm fucking thinking, I'm really desperate to watch it.
Apparently it's really good this season.
So you can... The only thing...
Your mic's going weird.
Yeah, your mic's going weird again.
Is it?
We've got the buzz creeping in.
Alright, okay. Let me mute it and come back. But...
Oof. Oof.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's proper buzzy buzz.
Oh, fuck. Right, someone go on to their stories and I will... Because we're done for content for people. Right, what have we been doing then? You can go first, Neil. You can tell us all about your camping trip, and I will sort the mic out.
Okay. I've been camping, as I mentioned briefly earlier. We went to a place near Thetford, just on the edge of the forest around Thetford, in Norfolk. It took us about 2 hours to get there. It wasn't too bad. Bit shitty road, like all right roads, I suppose. But no like motorways and stuff like that generally. But when we get there, it was quite a nice day and all that. So we fucking set all the tent up and all that. Don't know, something went weird with my tent. It's got these it's one of these poles. You push them through the the sheaths that you have to put your poles in. Then you poke the poles in the other end, and then you're supposed to just push it all up, and it goes bing.
Oh yeah.
Then you pop your poles back in the other side, and it's supposed to all be pucker. But which it was the first time we did it, but for some reason this time, my main dome part was a bit fucked up, and I was like, "Oh man, what's going on here?" It was like it was bending the wrong way. I was like, "Well, it hasn't fallen down, so I think I'm just going to fucking leave it because I don't know how to sort it out." But yeah, and it stayed up for the week or 5 days. So yeah, camping. Took me induction hob with me again, where we weren't slumming it. Ooh, that's big, hissy. And went with another family, so we had some friends there, and generally just had a lot to drink, ate really badly, and went swimming once at a pool in. We drove an hour to go swimming because fucking the one that was only half an hour away got booked up. We were talking about going. I had to go and buy some swim shorts, and in the meantime, the place we were going to go to at half an hour away just fucking all got sold out. So we had to find another one because we'd already told the kids about it. So it's like, oh fucking hell! But they were like, oh, it's an hour. Oh, like, for fuck's sake! But we went anyway, and that turned because of the one local. Also, it was like not a mega park or anything like that, but it had some slides and shit. But when we were about to book it, and it said all the slides were shut, I was like, well, fuck, there's no point in going there, is it? And then when we got to this other one that had slides, we got there, the big slide was open, and within about 5 minutes, it wasn't open anymore. They fucking just had the little toddler slide and this big inflatable thing in the pool. The pool wasn't particularly big. And then you couldn't go on the inflatable because they put the wave machine on for about 5 minutes. And then basically we had to get out. as the pool was shutting. It was like great. That was amazing. But there you go. What you do, what you do when you're away in this country to find something to do. But yeah, it was quite fun. And then today was the fucking hottest day of the week, wasn't it? Pretty much trying to unpack your tent and everything, or like put it all back.
So you literally finished today, did you?
Yeah, I came back today, and I was up. I woke up about 5 o'clock this morning with my son fucking like elbowing me in the face, because we were all in like a little tiny little bedroom compartment in the same compartment, and I think the consensus was generally, if we're going to do this again, we're getting a bigger fucking tent. We only got this one like last year. We're getting a bigger fucking tent and one of these fucking pop-up shelter things. Like, not a gazebo, because they're a bit fucking heavy and generally just fucking break. But there's like a similar like pole arrangement with these event shelters or something they're called. So we can have somewhere to sit under if it should rain. We got lucky with the weather and saw quite a few American planes of the US Air Force flying around, because that's what happens in that area of the UK. Is there's two big American bases there, and we see. Well, I don't know what they were flying. They looked quite old, but because they didn't look like what's the latest? What's their most modern fighter? I don't even know. Like some clever like their version of our whatever Typhoon is or whatever. Didn't look particularly modern. Yeah, well, they looked a bit like
F-20 something.
Oh, that's what I mean. F-22s or something, aren't they? I thought they looked a bit like F-15s. What I saw flying around, I was a bit like, they don't look new, but maybe it was just because they were quite far away. And I see
small, were
they? Yeah, they were very. If you try to take a picture on your phone, it's literally like a speck on the screen.
Yeah,
they might have been training. Oh, I know what they were. They were sending them off to the Ukraine.
Well, yeah, as I said, we got two Apache gunship helicopters fly over at about fucking 50 foot above us. But all the planes were proper high up. Apart from something I don't know if I've ever seen one in the flesh. It's an Osprey. Have you seen? Do you know what that is?
Oh yeah, I get them flying over my house.
Do you?
About 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
That must be quite good because they're quite loud.
Fucking very loud. Yeah. Like whole everything shakes.
An Osprey is like it's like a mishmash of a plane and a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like it has the rotors when the rotors are facing forwards like a plane. It looks fucked up because the rotors are fucking huge for a plane. Yeah. But obviously they go vertical, so they have to be quite fucking huge to keep the fucking thing in the air. But it's like a special forces troop carrier type arrangement.
Yeah, and they pivot, don't they, on the actual wing?
So I'm not sure I've ever seen one of them. I was like, ooh, never seen one of them before, and it flew over quite low. And then on the way back, I see like a big Hercules.
Wow, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, well, they're a bit boring. They just fucking make a lot of noise and they're quite big. But yeah, and I see like there was a couple of the fighter jets flying formation together, and they were like switching formations and stuff. It's like, oh, it's like fucking Top Gun. Without the in-cockpit camera angles. But yeah, so it was a nice few days away, but fucking hell, I'm just absolutely knackered. It's just like don't sleep very well.
No, sleeping in a tent is not a proper sleep.
No.
At least for the first time in history, you haven't got to put your tent back up to let it dry out.
No,
because I never remember every fucking time we used to go camping. You said, "Oh fucking hell, get the tent down." Oh Christ, got to put the cunt back up again when we get home. Dry it out for 3 days.
Well, I've got to get mine back out of the bag because it was just so hot. Normally we just kind of sweep it out, but it was like it's too fucking hot in this tent. We just need to get the fuck down and get it back because I am absolutely
flies out
my nuts off trying to get this tent swept out. And all that shit.
I didn't think it was meant to be as hot today as it was.
It
seemed fucking hot.
I think when we got in the car, as we finished packing up, it said it was 27, which doesn't sound like anything compared to the 40 degrees we had like 2 weeks ago or whatever. But it was fucking
it was still like 27 is still hot though, isn't it?
But we were in like full sun trying to pack away a tent. It was just like, man, it's fucking hot. So
okay.
But yeah,
So
camping.
that's all you've done.
Woohoo! We're going on a
Camping.
plane next year.
How old are your kids?
16 and 13.
Oh God, see, we'd finished camping long before then.
Yeah.
That seems like a wrong time to start, mate. 16 and 14.
That's right.
It doesn't sound.
It's a sort of thing, like it's like a second holiday, isn't it? Like a mini little. You have your holiday and then you go camping later on in the year or earlier in the year, just to get away for a few days on the cheap.
Yeah. Why
and
don't you let
hopefully
them go camping for a few days and you stay at home? That's the best option.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on,
Well,
then, Dave. You
That's
got
all I've
anything?
done.
Yeah. So I watched Sea Beasts on Netflix, which I don't know if anybody's seen. It's a family-friendly CGI, not CGI, computer-generated film. It's got the guy who from The Boys. What's his name? I don't know. The one who does the English accent really badly.
Not seen
And
it.
Jared Harris. From you might know from Foundation or
Hang
Expanse.
on. English? I thought it was Australian.
No. Jared Harris is English.
What the
British.
one with the... Why has he got an awful English accent then? Or are you talking about the other one?
Oh no, the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's in The Boys with the accent.
Oh fucking hell.
Is he supposed to be British, is he? Or is he Australian? In The Boys.
Carl Urban. He's supposed to be English.
He was Australian, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Carl Urban. Well, he was. Technically, probably still
He's
is.
from New Zealand. There you go.
There you
He's a Kiwi.
Okay. But he was
So it's all
trying
the
to
New
do an
Zealanders
English
out there.
accent.
Right. Your
But it
mic's
does an
going
English
funny
accent.
again.
Yeah, your mic's funny.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Don't get
But
it.
yeah, Carl Urban. Actually, all the characters on this Sea Beasts over egg the English accent. Something
What,
rotten.
like a posh English accent?
No, like
No, like a Londoner.
like
accent.
like
Cockney.
Cockney
A cockney.
Cockney.
or a oldie, not an oldie English, but or a piratey English.
A Dick Van Dyke cockney.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a bit naff. But the actual film itself it's really good. The graphics. Actually, some of the things you kind of think it's actually filmed for real and then sort of put into the film and CG put on top of it because it's so beautiful. It's based in. It's not actually based in reality. It's based in a made up land. But it's basically the Caribbean, and it's so beautiful. All the water effects. And like how the sea moves and stuff is yeah, it's really good. It's a really good. It's a bit an obvious film. You know where it's going to go, but if you're watching it with kids and stuff, it's fine. But yeah, I enjoyed that. That was quite good. I thought I'd talk about it today because it's on Netflix. Everyone's got Netflix. That's good. Me and the missus. I'm trying to get the missus. I'm sort of slowly working it into watching all of the Alien films from start to finish. We're on Aliens at the moment. Well,
you watched the first one?
We watched the first one. We watched that about 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's quite traumatic.
How is it holding up? Because it's
Ooh,
quite
mate.
old now. It's
Yes.
80s.
You've gone super crackled.
Super crackled. So Aliens is 86, I believe. It holds up really well actually. And you can definitely see where a lot of space-based things got its inspiration from in its
Which one are you talking about now? The first one?
Aliens.
All right.
So
Well,
Alien 2.
I got a warning. Well, I say a warning.
Yeah.
When I went to watch Aliens relatively recently, it said like something up along the lines of some of the themes or whatever in this film are outdated and may cause offence these days. I was like, And I watched it and I was a bit like, well, it was alright.
Yeah, no, I don't know where that come from. So no, it's great, and I can definitely see because I probably watched it when I was must have been about 10 or 11 or 12. I can definitely see where my love of grey underwear came from. With Ripley walking around in her underwear after coming out and going back into stasis or deep sleep.
You like a vest, do you?
I like grey underwear, apparently. And it was like,
Is
I
that
watched
for
it,
you
like,
or for somebody else?
for somebody else to wear.
Right,
I
okay.
was like, oh, okay. I kind of watch and goes, okay, that's why I like it, because yeah, she was actually quite hot in that. Well, I thought she is. And yeah, I think the film actually holds up quite well. Yeah, there are
Thing
some
is, did you watch
obvious
the original
green screen
version
bits.
or did you watch the special edition version with like the? There's like one good scene in that, I think, and it's not that great, and that's with the turret shooting and everything. When they're just mashing about aliens up for about 5 minutes.
I don't think I watched the special edition of it.
Nah, I don't think it was
No,
that great. I don't think it was that special.
right. Well, when the auto turrets are going off, and you see some aliens kind of blowing up and stuff, but not really. It's more them looking at a screen, looking at a counter going down.
Yeah,
No,
as they're all
nearly out.
coming steaming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that film
But
when I watched it as well. I gotta be honest.
so I think it holds up. I think it's a good film. It's got a good mix of action and suspense and
Shame everyone after that's a bit shit.
well, this is it. Yeah, I want to keep watching them. I might have to watch them on my own because I don't think that Miss really wants to watch them. But I actually want to watch them all. Watching Predator push Alien on a swing now. But yeah, so that was cool, and yeah, I still want to watch the rest of those in the series.
Are you going to watch the Alien versus Predator ones then, and then Prometheus and all that?
Yeah, it kind of got to. You've got to really.
Don't have to really. You really don't have to.
Yeah. Are you telling me Prometheus is part of the Alien timeline?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Is it
before
really?
Alien, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's how the alien got on planet 3, 4, 6, 2.
LV-426. Was that the first one, or was that the second one?
Yeah, that was the first, second one. Both. They're both based on one. Alien and Aliens is based on the same planet.
Is
but
it?
I think yes, it is. Yeah, because they go back to the planet. Yeah, it's both based on the same planet. One is when when she escapes, and the second one is when the actual people go back to.
No, on the first one, then did they actually go to the planet then? Because they go down to the planet and then it all kicks off on the actual space station.
Yeah. Yes.
Or whatever, not a space station.
But yeah, they bring it back up.
Well, one of them gets like egged,
infected. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's the same planet, Alien and Aliens,
right.
LV-462, whatever. Yeah.
26.
Something like that. Yeah. The second one, because early on in the Aliens film, which I didn't remember, is that like Ripley's talking about she's never going back to that planet again. I'm like, oh, we've sent loads of people there to colonize it. And,
right, yeah.
And what's it called? Turn it into a habitable planet. And that's where all the aliens, the alien hatchery is in this nuclear generator that's spewing out gas to make an atmosphere for this planet. So yeah, it's funny going back to some of these films and going, oh, okay, I forgot about that. Yeah.
The boring bits that when you were young that you didn't give a shit about. You know, and you're like, oh, that's how that actually makes a bit of sense now.
Yeah.
Why were they there in the first place?
Yeah. So yeah. And the only other thing I've been doing this week is I've been doing DIY projects around the house.
You've been getting your tools out.
Been getting my tools out. So I had loads of wood left over. So watching Pilch's background. And I've been making some plant pots out of decking.
Ooh, people should be proud of you.
I've turned my wife's desk into a stand-up desk. Basically cutting down bits of wood and put them underneath.
You took a chair away.
Just, like, hammered in some extra bits on the side of the legs.
But no, I'm going to actually make a proper. That was the thing. But I'm actually going to make a thing that you can sort of stand down. Basically, get a
sit up, stand up.
Yeah, that's it. So I've ordered some bits. Basically like a jack, but it's like foot powered. And then I've got to sort of set it up to the
You
table.
got gas lifts and all that stuff, is it?
Yeah. But it's just for the desk. So yeah, sort of setting that up.
My wife's got a standing desk lately. She's been using the ironing board as a standing desk when she's been working from home. That wasn't a sexist joke. She's literally been like putting her laptop on the ironing board and standing
on the
up.
ironing board. But yeah, because my wife is working a lot more at the moment. Yeah, she finds sitting down for long periods is not great for her back and hips. So me, I don't care. I could sit all day, to be honest.
You don't care if she's got bad back or hips.
No, not really. No. But no, she she alternates between standing and she's got a seat and she's got it jacked up really high. So when she's sitting, it's really quite funny because she's like perched really high next to me. So, but no, it's that's it really. That's my my week. Pretty boring. Yeah, just dad stuff, normal stuff.
Yeah. I haven't really done a huge amount. Last weekend, I cleared out my father-in-law's bungalow. He's gone into a care home. Most of the stuff that we could sell or give to charity had gone. It was just general rubbish, really. So I got a big skip and cleared all that out. And then we and my brother-in-law had to dismantle a garage. He had a garage. It was on council, like just a piece of land, like where the allotments are or whatever. There's garages on there, and it's owned by the parish. And they had to pay, I don't know how much, a couple £100 a year just to gain access. But so he stopped paying that. I mean, he hasn't driven his car for about 10 years, so why the hell he was still paying for this, I don't know. But they said when he stopped paying for it that it was because he put the garage there. Well, he didn't. He actually someone gave him the slot.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'd finished using it. But they said because it's your garage. That's the square you've been using. You've got to take it down. So me and my brother-in-law it didn't actually take us that long because it's wood frame, had wooden front, but all the rest of it was tin.
Okay.
So we just popped all the tin off, all the nails out, and piled all the tin up. If it had been like wood,
sounds like a bloody torture chamber.
It would have been absolute. Like,
imagine that on that heat, that 40-degree heat that day. That would have been absolutely fucking cake baking in there.
Well, yeah. Last weekend we were fucking dying, mate. He bought 48 cans of Coke, and it was in his boot. And he goes, "Oh, you want a Coke, Pilch? Yeah, we'll have a Coke." Literally, like 20 minutes later, we drank the whole lot. It was just fucking clean. It was fucking hot. But luckily, because it is corrugated tin, there was like something like 200 sheets of this bloody stuff, like 6x3. But it all sits on top of each other. It all sort of just.
Okay.
So we only so we only had a little pile, and we ended up putting it on top of the skip.
You
just
could have
literally
flogged
sort of
that,
covered
surely.
the skip up with it. Well,
Isn't tin
so this
expensive
bloke
now?
come round. This bloke come round. He goes, "Oh, you should sell that." But I just wanted to get fucking rid of it.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I said, "Like, we've got a cart it somewhere. If I was taking it to the tip on a trailer or in the back of a truck or something, I would have thought, okay, if I'm going to take it, if I've got to take it somewhere, I probably might as well just take it to the scrapyard
Yeah.
and see if they give me any money for it. But because we've got a fucking skip sat there that costs us 400 quid, I just said, I ain't pissing about. We just put it on that. So that's what we did. And then there was a part, obviously the frame was wood, but
Fraser's going to be having
bloke cut
kittens
the doors-
beering about that. Like,
bloke cut the
not
doors
selling that
down,
fucking
just
bit of
said,
metal.
yeah, I know. But we got the old crowbars out, mate. We was having a good old
Yeah.
time, taking it all apart. But it was so hot, it's ridiculous. So that's oh sorry. Yeah, and that's probably all. That's about all I've done really. Just working this week. Watched a bit of footy. I don't think I've done. Can't think of anything that I've done.
So no cars in the
Yeah.
garage then? No barn finds?
Right. Apparently, I was told that this garage was empty,
Right.
and my brother-in-law moved out of that of his dad's about at least 10 years ago. So I thought, oh, there's not going to be much in there. Oh no, there's a set of wheels from a Vauxhall Nova. There's a front bumper from a Vauxhall Nova. There was basically half a Vauxhall Nova
In pieces.
in pieces. And I opened the door and I said, Stu, you said this fucking shed was empty. Oh yeah, well there might be a couple of bits in. About a dozen tyres in there. Fucks. So I said, right, we're putting that to one side because you can't put tyres and shit in the
No.
skip. So I said, I'm putting it here. You've got to fucking get rid of it because I'm not getting rid of that. I left it to him. But Lisa went down today and just give it a final little sort of clean out, clear up. And we've handed the keys back. So that's that sorted out now. I haven't got to worry about that. But yeah, so that's it. I might be going out tomorrow. Nice little drive, get the old roof down in the Mini and have a little drive around. It's my mum's birthday next week, so I've got to get her something. So out for a little drive. Watch the Grand Prix. Did you watch the Grand Prix?
Last week?
Yeah, last week.
What was last week?
It was Austria. Austria?
No.
No.
I watched it.
France.
Yeah, France. Yeah, Manicourt. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Paul Ricard.
Paul Ricard.
I don't know which one it was.
Paul Ricard, I think. It's not, Paul Ricard doesn't sound very French.
Yeah, bloody Ferrari again. Useless.
Charlie boy should be winning that championship by a mile.
He should be. And bloody
Then
Hamilton
again,
keeps getting
Verstappen's had a
podium.
couple of non-finishes, hasn't he? So
he has, yeah. But it's been interesting.
I can't believe how far Mercedes are, or how close Mercedes are, considering their car's been so shit compared to the other two.
It's been consistent though. That's the thing.
Well, I think it's finished every race. So. Both their cars have finished every race, which is definitely a bonus.
Yeah. It'll keep falling off the track in front of them. They're going to get up there, aren't they?
But see, looks like it could be interesting this weekend.
Isn't it?
Could be interesting this weekend.
We'll see.
The
Ferrari are looking strong.
McLaren was second fastest and fifth fastest in the second session today.
Yeah, Norris is good on
Ricciardo wasn't like 10 seconds behind him, so maybe the car has actually got better.
Yeah, we'll see. Right, okay, let's move on to what we've been playing then.
Righty-ho.
Who's got the biggest list?
You have.
Yeah. Well,
it's not joint me and you.
Okay. I'll go first then.
Go on.
I'll do my first two, then I'll mention the one that's at the front, and then you can jump in and you can do yours.
Right.
Neil can go last.
Yeah.
Okay. Far Cry 5 came on Game Pass last week, and I played it when it came out originally, and I thought, I'll have a little look. It's been up, updated for the Series X at some point. I don't know what they've done to it, but I thought I'll have a little just to see. So I installed it and I've played it yesterday, and I finished it. I've already finished it, and I thought I'd pretty much done everything all the side because it's all the outposts and shit. It's a Ubisoft game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You go around and take outposts and make them your faction or whatever. And there seemed to be quite a big area that was blacked or greyed out, and I thought, well, I finished the story, and I usually do a good chunk of the side quests.
Your mic is
I
going
didn't know
again, by
why.
the way.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Hmm.
I didn't know why it had, why there was such a greyed out area. So I thought, oh, I'll just have a little look. Turns out there's a whole chunk of the map that I hadn't. I don't know whether we've got some free DLC or something, or they've added something to it. But there was a big area that I hadn't been to.
Yeah, I haven't actually played Far Cry 5. I've played all the others up to it. I don't know why I haven't played it, but the fact that it's on Game Pass, I might actually pick it up.
But it turns out after an hour or so, I noticed there was a thing where you can reset all the outposts. So you're not actually resetting the game, the stories.
Yeah.
You can reset the outposts and just do them all again. But then I noticed there's a game plus, new game plus. Basically, it starts the story from the beginning,
Yeah.
but you keep all your shit. You have to play it for about 10 minutes. Do the first little bit, and then when you unlock your weapons, it unlocks everything. So I've started again.
It's getting super bad, by the way.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You sort it out. I'll crack on with mine. I've been playing more Factorio this week. I've been meaning to stream some of it, but the latest game that I was playing actually went into a spiral of death, meaning the power, I couldn't recover the power, so the whole thing just died, and I couldn't mine any more coal to get more power to retrieve things. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll start again. So I started another new game. Again. But in like the 22-25 hours that I got to in my last game, it's taken me like 5 or 6 hours to get to again on my new game.
You've already done another 5 or 6 hours on another game.
Oh yeah, easy.
Well, as Fraser's not here, I've got to ask, what time did you get to bed this week?
No, it's not any massively late ones. It's just an hour or two after work. Most
after
days.
Work, definitely after work.
After work, oh yeah. Oh no, I couldn't do it during. I just wouldn't. No, I just.
You just wouldn't be doing any work.
I wouldn't be doing any work, and I'm so busy at the moment. So, yeah. Next week, I'm planning to do a stream of my progress and sort of a general overview of what everything is in my base and how it works and everything. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm quite excited to do that. I played a new game that's called Shop Titans that was on Epic Store.
What was it, free?
It was free.
Okay.
But I think I'm not sure if it's a free game anyway. But the Epic Store was doing if you get to a level 8, you get a load of free stuff.
Okay. Was this not one of the things? If it's like a free-to-play game, they sometimes give away like a starter pack or something.
Yeah. It's free on Steam. There you go. It's a pay to win thing. You can buy packs, you can buy things to enchant. Basically, the story of the game is that you're a shopkeeper and you make items and people come in and buy them. But there's a lot of social. You can create sort of groups, guilds, where a lot of you work together. You send people on missions to get additional items that you need to use to craft weapons or armor or enchantments or potions and things like that. And you put your potions in your shop and you get coins when you sell them, and but you can buy packs or you can buy additional items to sell that get you more money, that you can upgrade your shop quicker, and yeah, it's a pay to win thing. I suppose it's a good freemium, what you might call a freemium game, but there's a definite pay to win, and I think there is. The consensus is most people think. Well, I'm just looking at the Steam store. It's mostly positive on the Steam store. It's got like over 12,000 reviews, but there's a lot of negative ones saying, pay to win. You get to a point and you have to pay to get any further. But I played it for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I know I enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah, it's not a very in-depth game, but yeah, it's quite addictive. So that I thought I'd talk about that. And the only reason I played any sort of the amount of it I did is because the reward that you get on Epic is you've got to get to level 8, as in your shop's got to get to level 8 before they give you the reward. So that's why I did that. It's okay. Yeah, it's free. Epic and Steam. But yeah.
So do you have people come to visit your shop or anything then to sell
So
stuff to?
you can join a guild and join in a guild. You can help, or people help you when you upgrade your shop or your items. There's like a real world timer countdown, which can range from minutes to hours, and people helping will reduce that timer. And then you're encouraged to help other people in your guild because you get guild points, and yeah, they do encourage you to join guilds and sort of ham that up as well. And then you can go on both missions for yourself and guild missions to get items that you need to craft certain bits. And obviously the more people that join the guild missions, the better rewards and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not the worst. I didn't get to a point where I couldn't get any further by not paying. I don't know how far in you've got to be to get to that point, but yeah. Are you back, Pilch? Are you? All right,
that
you
sounds
sound
right.
good then. Cool. So if you want to talk about your second game on your list.
Okay.
Have you got anything more to say about Far Cry?
No, I just started New Game Plus. I'm flying through it because now you used to have to get up close because you only had a pistol or something, and I'm just got a fucking assault rifles and just shooting shit out of everything on the first few levels. So, but it's a good story. I did enjoy playing it, so it's good shooting. It looks quite old now though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of, you said it had
even
like an upgrade for Series X or something.
There was, but it still looks old. It doesn't look as good as modern stuff. I mean, that was on Xbox One, wasn't it? So, I'm waiting for Primal. For some reason, I keep waiting for Primal to either come on Game Pass or
it's got to, innit?
Be cheap. It's never been on Game Pass, and I don't know why. So I keep looking at. I think the cheapest I've ever seen it is only like about 18 quid, and I keep thinking, no, I ain't gonna pay that. It's got to come on Game Pass soon, but it never has. So. Right, next game then. Escape Academy. I started playing last week with Daisy. There seems to be about 8 different rooms that you have to negotiate, and we've got 2 left.
Ooh.
We've nearly finished. It's actually been very good. I think it's very difficult with just one person because the amount of stuff you have to look someone is because it's split screen all the time. So if I'm looking at a map or a picture of something, and she's solving the problem, you have to keep going back and looking at it. But if you're on a split screen, she can look at my screen, or I can tell her what's on the screen. I don't know how you would do it. Everything we're doing is together.
You have to have a
I
notepad.
don't know. Yeah, you have to write. You have to go and look at something, write it down, and then go back and look at the other thing. So it's a lot easier with two people. I think it would be almost impossible with, or not impossible, obviously, but you literally would have to take photographs of the screen, or or draw something, or write it down. But with two people, when you can both look at something different at the same time, we're flying through them pretty quick. Yeah, we've got 2 more to do. We'll probably finish it tomorrow, but it's been good. It's some there has been some challenging parts, and it's
Have you ever been the argy bargy?
surprising. We come to an agreement that we wouldn't have a. So we done all right today, because last week we did have a little few heated discussions, but it's amazing how you both look at something, both looking at the same thing, and one of you just has not got a fucking clue, and the other person sees it straight away. It's just, that's like one of them things that if you were doing it on your own and you got to the point where you just can't see it, it's going to take you ages to you're looking at it and you're looking at it and you think, I've not got a clue.
Have you done
Whereas
real escape rooms?
We done one when we went to EGX. Was it 2 years ago? 3
But like,
years ago?
you've not done it with your family, like?
Oh no, we did it with all the podcast chaps, Bongo and Chili and all them. But it is a good game. It is a very good game. But like I say, it's amazing how two people see something different or don't see something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you try to explain it to them, because they're doing what they're doing and you're doing what you're doing, and this is when it gets heated, when you can see what to do and the other person isn't doing it because they haven't. So, and it's both ways. Daisy sometimes just goes
So
straight
do
up
you
and go
literally play it side by side on the couch, or are you two separate Xboxes?
Yeah, we're playing it together down. It wouldn't be any different if you were playing it like you and me, us playing it, because it's split screen all the time.
Yeah.
So
is it literally only two people then?
I think I did hear. I think Chinny was playing it, and he said, I think you can have 4 people playing it at the same time. But obviously now I've done it, I know the puzzles. You can't play it again. I mean, you might forget some of it and sit there and look at it for 5 minutes again, thinking, "Shit, what do I do?" But generally,
I'm not watching the stream because I don't want to get all the clues from what's on the screen.
Okay. But yeah, it is very good. Like I say, it's not much point me coming on and playing it with you when I've finished it, because I'll go, "Oh yeah, just do this."
This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've got to play it with someone who hasn't played it. But yeah, brilliant. I think it's brilliant.
That's you saying there that you can't do it again. That's because I did have, what was it called, Escape Simulator. Me and my wife played the first sort of area of that, and that obviously a different game, but it's just escape rooms basically, similar puzzles to all of the real things and that. But the good thing about that one was it's got community mods. It's basically got an infinite amount of content because people just keep making new stuff. And we've literally we haven't done the base game yet. They have actually they brought out DLC of their own. Plus, there's still all the community content. There's fucking tons of stuff on that game, and it was like £12 or something stupid.
I mean, I'm sure they could add extra shit to it, but
this has got a bit more story stuff to it by the look of it. It's
it's very very typical Japanese anime sort of persona-y type. Phoenix Wright, that sort of think a cartoony sort of, they come in from the side of the screen to talk to sort of thing. It's all very like that. But playing the actual game is, you don't get all that shit. And there's been some real good sort of funny bits in it as well. It's very well done. So the last game, MotoGP 22. I'm always impressed with how these look.
Yeah.
The bike games always look fucking brilliant. So I fired it up. I start go through choosing me change the colour of my gloves and me helmet and me sliders and everything else. And so I got into a race, and it's exactly the same as every other motorbike game. You get to the first corner and you go straight on. And then I thought, okay, I don't like motorbike games, and I turned it off. And that was as far as I got. Why did I make... I ride motorbikes. Why the fuck did I make it so difficult to get round corners? It's ridiculous. You've literally got to stamp on your brakes, on your fucking anchors, and stop to get round a corner. You can't lean it in and... no.
Like,
and then you're wobbling all... The amount of times I fell off.
They're kind of
Fucking
almost
hell.
sliding the real things around, aren't they? Like like when you lean it, they're like you turn the handlebars like the wrong way almost, don't you? When you're leaning in like that.
You can't
to go in like proper belly
steering,
yeah.
But it's just so... I don't know. Like I say, I've ridden motorbikes for 30 years, but I can't do these bike games. I don't understand it. I don't know. So
do you just not have to brake a lot earlier than you would in a car game, basically? And then you have to you power on a lot earlier than you would in a car game as well to get it to turn.
Yeah, as soon as you get out and upright, you can open it up again. But it's just just ridiculous how you just can't go around corners, and then you just topple off, and then some fucker comes up, you just get back on the track, someone hits you, fucking knocks you off your bike again. No,
I haven't had that yet.
I'm good.
So no,
I'm done. So you can.
Yeah, I played it on cloud gaming.
Oh, okay.
So
that probably makes it even harder.
When I first started playing it, it was unplayable. Like it was literally a second after I was deciding I want to turn right, the bike would start leaning over to the right, and it was horrendous. And part of the reason why it was so bad is because I didn't realize when I first went to MotoGP 22, I pressed on download, and then I decided, it's actually on live, so I'll press play on that, and I just started playing, and it was so bad. The graphics was really bad. The responsiveness. It's like, why is this this bad? It can't be. Yeah, it was because it's downloading it.
It was still downloading while you were
still downloading while I was trying to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Xbox gaming app doesn't realize that when you've chosen to play a game on live, it doesn't pause or it just continues to download games in the background from itself, which is weird because when you play Steam games and when you decide to play a game, any games that are downloading through Steam pause. Well, it does for me. That's what
I think that's how its default setting is in Steam. Is if you start playing anything, that it will pause downloads.
It'll pause downloads, and that's expected behavior for a system.
Especially if you're going to start streaming a game, you'd think it would go. Maybe I don't want to throttle
if you're going to be like using the online, what they're actively pushing the online play. It doesn't recognize that the same system you've used to choose to play a game through online is downloading the game at the same time. Even not a prompt to say, look, you're downloading something, do you want to pause it to have a better experience? No, none of that. So I went and paused the download. And played, and it was a lot better. I wouldn't say 100%, but from Pilch's description of how he was playing and falling off and braking hard, I actually managed to go over the handlebars because
braking so hard.
I've realised pushing forward and back on the joystick left joystick shifted your weight forward and back. So I was like, right, okay, let's just stick all my weight on the front wheel, smash on the front brake, and see, if I can actually stop in time. It's like, yeah, I just went straight over. So, oh, for God's sake.
I
And
remember
I can
there was a bike game
can,
years ago. You could you'd have, I think it was the right stick would like move your body on the bike or seat, like forward, back, left, and right,
right.
and then you'd have the left and right like steering on the left stick.
Steering, yeah.
And
see, I think I could understand that a bit more. It's the fact that the left stick is controlling the direction of the bike, and the forward and back is
you can tuck and
your
stand up sort of thing.
you position backwards or forwards on the bike itself. So, which is difficult because you're trying to smash, like go as right as possible, but if you're braking at the same time, you want to be going forward, so it's not completely to the right. But also, I don't know if it's just my controller or not, but I could only put on the front brake. Front brake is 70% of the braking, but you've also got a back brake, and a lot of the way of actually going around corners effectively is you have a little bit of the back brake on at the same time, trail braking, and I couldn't find an option to do that. So yeah, it was a bit weird. It was a little bit of a disconnect.
That's a lot of brain work going on just to get around a corner.
But
I'm pretty sure you can go
dumb
in
it down
settings and dumb all that shit down.
Yeah,
it's like the Formula One
maybe.
games. They're so realistic. I just normally go straight in and just turn.
Well, when I put it on the easiest setting, and like even on the easiest setting, why they don't do an option of where you can not just put the front brake on, but do an option of choosing how much percentage of your front and back brake.
You can do 70-30 bias or something, but
you
I
can
see
set your bias in there.
you could do that.
No, I couldn't see that either. So I don't know if that's because like we know a bit more about biking, but like we're just sort of going into this as amateurs on this game. I don't know. But I'm going to look into it. I have to actually finish downloading the game, and I'm going to try it not on live and see if there's any better from there.
I'll definitely get a bit more less latency between what you're pressing and what's actually happening. Still, I mean, that's definitely working better than it ever has, that streaming stuff, but there's always going to be there's definitely milliseconds involved that could be the difference between you hitting the right braking point or not.
On a racing game is probably one of the worst
I mean, like,
things that you want to do it on.
Shooting games and driving games are pretty crucial in terms of timing and
but don't try and play the game if you've got like not a great internet with the OnLive, or if you're doing a massive download.
I've downloaded one on my PlayStation called Ride. I think it was Ride 4 because it's included in the PS Plus. And I played that for about 10 minutes, well, maybe 20 minutes, because it was like, go in the settings, turn it down because I'm not a biker, and then just like really struggle to get that fucking thing slowed down and to get into a corner. But and it was just
we are bikers, after about, we still can't.
Exactly. After 10 to 20 minutes of not really doing it very well, I was just like, I can't be arsed with this.
No, it is a bit alien. And even I like playing driving games, and even on a bike on a track that you'd think it still has the same like things of blue triangle things. You don't need to brake. Orange, you need to slow down. Red, you really need to brake.
You're basically going too fast.
But even before you hit like the oranges, you need to be smashing on the brakes on this game, because like using the brakes makes the bike stand up more, but you're trying to pull it over, so you're hammering the brakes trying to turn, and the bike is trying to stand up, and you're trying. There's a lot of counterintuitive things in a car game. you smash on your brakes and you turn, and like
Yeah.
either you skid off or you actually don't break traction and get around the corner. With biking, it's like there's so many forces that you're counteracting, you're fighting against. So I'm going to play it a bit more just to see if it like I can get my head around it. But yeah, it's I just want to talk about it.
Cool.
Interesting one.
Go on then, Neil.
Is
Oh, well,
that
you got
you?
one more?
Yes, I think that's it for me. That was you spoke about Escape Academy, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then so it's Neil next.
Okay. Well, I haven't played loads because I've been away all week. So I played a game for an hour, I suppose, this evening, and I played a game for a few hours last weekend, which I will talk about first. That game was on a free weekend on Steam, possibly elsewhere, maybe. I don't know if it was on Xbox as well. And that game was called Hell Let Loose, which is a pretty hardcore World War II shooting game, first-person shooter. It's not Call of Duty, that is for sure. It couldn't be further removed from Call of Duty, I don't think. It's quite similar to Battlefield, some modes in Battlefield, because you're basically. I think they actually brought a mode in called Frontlines or something, didn't they, in that Battlefield?
Yeah.
Where you'd fight over like there's Conquest is the most sort of popular game mode in Battlefield where you have like capture points, and they basically to and fro constantly during a game. Whereas then I'm sure they brought something called Frontlines or something like that, where it was more of a like when you've captured those areas, they're yours, and you advance to the next area.
Then you push the next one. Yeah.
So this is a bit like that, in that you're on quite a big map, and there are areas of the map that you need to conquer to then advance to the next point, sort of thing. And if you're attacking, like there's usually an attacker and a defender. Well, there can be. You can't both be attacking and defending, or there's like an attacker and a defender. And obviously the defenders have got to repel the attackers, and the attackers have got to dominate and take the points and push to the end and capture all the points. I hadn't got a fucking clue what was going on when I first joined the game. You have to. It's like if you've ever played Battlefield, I don't know if it's like this on Xbox. Like you can browse servers, and you'll join a server. This is how I was joining games on this. There's no matchmaking type of thing. You'd actually literally scroll through lists of servers and find a gap and go in. And then once you're in the server, there's all these squads of up to 6 people. And when you start the game, you can only be like infantry. There are also like armoured groups and something else I can't remember, support, like where the snipers go and stuff. So basically you've got a very small few options at the beginning as to what you can do. So you go in, I'm like, well, I'm just going to be a grunt with a rifle, and it's like a bolt action rifle. It's World War II. And then like run around, you hear people talking, using all of the jargon, going on about garrisons and OPs and God knows what, and I'm like, what the fuck are you lot all talking about? And it's like just fucking loads of noise. People, like the sound effects are fucking very bombastic, like proper loud, and just it's quite confusing. Like imagine being in a fucking actual war and you just be like, what the fuck is going on? And everything's just blowing up everywhere. And then someone telling you what to do, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Be kind. I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first game. Stop shouting at me. But I managed to get a squad with a guy, because there's like in the top left corner of the screen, there's like text chat going around. And then the people who know what they're talking about are like in the text chat, or like it's proximity voice chat and all that sort of stuff, or you can talk to your squad by pressing a certain key.
And I suppose it being a free weekend, it was a fucking...
It's just loads of noobs in there, obviously like me, like not having a clue what was going on, and like someone in the text chat is like, "What is this? A free weekend or something?" And it was like someone was like, "Yeah, it is," and he was like, "Ah, right, that explains what the fuck's going on." Like all the servers are full with people who haven't got a clue what they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, one guy I managed to get in his squad, and he was like, I can't remember. He said something, and I was just like, "Look, this is my first game. I have no idea what I'm doing." He's like, "Okay, it's like if you want to tell me what to do, I'll do my best to do it." And he was like, "Okay, do this, do this." I was like, pick this class, engineer." It's like, okay. He's like, "Right now, I'm going to drop some supplies. I'm going to do this," and he was bombarding me with tons of information. I was just like, "Just tell me what I need to do, very simply, and I will do my best to do it." He was like, "Okay, get your what was it? I'm going to drop this, and then you need to do this." I was like, "Okay." I got in his truck. We fucking drove off, dropped me off somewhere. He's like, "Right, okay, do this, do this." I was like, "Okay." Started building some barricades and shit like that. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know about this. It's a bit like it's just a bit too much. Like if you get into it with a few people, it might be good, but it needs fucking so much organising." And like we was doing all these jobs, and I'm not even sure we had any impact on what was going on. It was just like we just lost. I was like, I don't know why we lost. And I was like, I said to him, I was like, after a while, I was like, "That really, thanks for your help. But I'm just going to go and try and shoot some people now." And noticed that there was an automatic rifleman that I could use, and I was like, "That sounds like I've got more chance of killing someone with that." Because of the fuck, if you miss a shot with the bolt action, it's just like, oh, you got to literally like you see the animation, he pulls the bolt back, pushes another one in, and you're like, okay, that's literally about 2 seconds between shots. But yeah, I got into a map with me automatic, and there was like, I could see someone were capturing a point because like on the map is like a little, is like your spawn points, and then it says like one of them will be like it's green on like a green symbol, but it will like in the centre of it, it will be like red, and it's like enemy near, and you're like, okay, better go in there and try and defend my point, sort of thing. And I spent like, I think we lost the capture point anyway by the time I got there. I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy, and I fucking like was scouting around, real being careful through the bushes and everything. I was like, there he is, fucking pop me head up, one shot, and he went down. I was like, yes, get in. But like, there's no, like, you know when you shoot someone in Call of Duty, you get that click, 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 flick, like sort of sound to tell you that you've hit someone and all that sort of shit. You don't get any feedback at all, audio or otherwise, other than seeing the guy just drop on the floor. And you're like, did he just dive on the floor or did I shoot him? It's like, there was a bit of a splash of blood. I'm assuming he's dead. But, because, yeah, it's like, you might escape one hit and be able to bandage yourself back up to health. But basically, if you get hit, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
So it's proper hardcore, and like I say, all these extra bits. There's like a full, like one guy in charge of each team, the commander, and he can literally just talk to each like squad group leader separately, so no one else can hear them, and discuss tactics and shit like that. And then they're supposed to go and tell their grunts what to do. So it's massively involved. It's very well done. But yeah, you need a fucking group of people of like probably 5 or 6 to have any sort of fun, really, I think. You could probably make some friends in there, I guess. It was quite a welcoming community. I wasn't getting shouted at too much. I wasn't really getting shouted at all, to be fair. But I did go on a nice killing spree at one point, and it did start to feel good when you shoot people in that game. Despite you not getting that audio cue and all of that sort of endorphin stuff that you get in a Call of Duty game. But that's what makes it good, because you're like, when you shoot like 5 or 6 people in a row, and you like, because you don't want to reload your magazine and stuff like that, because you're like, well, I might need to fucking shoot someone very quickly here, so I'm not going to reload. Not instant like Call of Duty. It's like you've unlocked the fucking super fast reload perk and all this bollocks, and you literally like kill someone, reload in about 2 milliseconds, and you're ready to go again. But yeah, so it's not for everyone, that is for sure. But I had some fun in there for the free weekend, a few hours. But unless a load of people are going to buy it, I'm not fucking buying it. So, I know it's like you've been playing Squad, which is like it feels like a modern day version of this.
Yeah, that sounds quite similar to it, to be honest.
because I know there was a bit of a joke going on about how we're going to go get your shovels and we're going to go and dig some stuff. I was like, I'm not fucking playing a game that involves just digging fucking stuff and shit like that. I don't want to be doing that if I'm playing this sort of game.
There is a little bit of that in Squad, but it's like secondary to you. Like you need to do a little bit of it, but like yeah, it's mainly like you do that. Like you set up your sort of operating base, your spawn sort of location, and then you assault a stronghold or a place from there, and then you move on. There is a little bit of you've got to have supplies, so if you want to like reload and get more equipment or change your equipment, right, you need to get supplies from your main base. So you've got to drive a truck down, or you've got to have somebody drive a truck down, or get delivered in some other way. But so there is a little bit of that, like a bit of an RTS, like movement of supplies around. But I think that aids the first person combat. But again, it's not a Call of Duty style. You get your kill counter. Somebody shouts out kill streak or something like that. It's like you shoot and like a couple of 100 meters away, you're like, did I hit them? Like they're not shooting back anymore, or like it's definitely Squad is definitely hardcore. There is similar. It does sound like there's similarities between them. Squad is obviously like modern combat, whereas Hell Let Loose sounds like it's sort of post Second World War.
No, it's during the. There's loads of locations like real battles from the war and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's Second World War.
So yeah, it's definitely based fully in the World War II. It was it's a little bit weird, like the Soviet Union's in there and stuff like that. You're like, feels a bit weird playing the Soviet Union and then being the good guys at the minute,
yeah. Well, they were at one point. So.
Well, sort of. They just weren't as bad as the bad guys.
Well, that's it. They weren't the evil ones.
So yeah, I'm not sure. If, like I say, I'd be tempted if a load of people were getting it, but without a load of people, it's going to be fucking hard. I know it is on consoles, but I don't know how that compares. Like it's pretty fucking full on hardcore. There's fucking tons of keys to press on the PC, so I'm not quite sure how that transfers into an Xbox game. But yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
And then the other game I played earlier today couldn't be much different from that, I don't think.
Right.
There's a bit of buzz going on about this game. It's called MultiVersus. It is Super Smash Brothers, basically, in the Warner Brothers multiverse, I guess. So you get to find out just how many fucking properties the Warner Brothers own. Because you've got characters from, obviously, Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny and Taz, the fucking, what's he called? Whatever he is. Can't remember what he's called. Tasmanian Devil. There's Harley Quinn. There's fucking Jack and Finn from Adventure Time. There's Steven Universe. There's fucking Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. Iron Giant. Fucking tons of things going on, and they're all fighting like Super Smash Bros. So it's like I think they call it a platform fighter. So basically just in a stage where there's basically like a small-ish plane that you fight on, and then there might be some platforms above or to the sides, up and down, like what you might be able to jump onto or smash people into, and stuff like that. And you've got like, depending on which way you're facing your joystick, you have like different attacks. There's usually like a heavy attack and a light attack. Basically, you can do double jump or a long jump, like a higher jump if you hold down the jump button, and then do a double jump as well. There's a little dodge move to try and evade and stuff like that. And it's just quite a lot of fun to just do something very like not stressy, not serious, and very colourful, and what actually for me, never playing really Smash. I've never played a Smash Bros game, but it feels pretty good. Like I say, it's only an open beta technically at the moment, and I think I don't think all of the characters. Oh yeah, apparently Shaggy's really powerful. Shaggy from Scooby Doo, but I haven't got Shaggy. It's a free to play game. Well, it will be a free to play game. It's free at the minute. You can buy starter packs and whatever founder packs, that sort of thing, to get unlock more stuff at the beginning, ready for you to use. And there's a battle pass. There is premium currency, which you can literally just go in and buy an agent. Well, not I say an agent. I call it an agent. It's not Valorant. Buy a character that's not unlocked already, without grinding it out. But yeah, at the moment, quite a limited pool of characters to choose from. But obviously, I think it's just going to grow and grow and grow. Assuming it stays popular. Oh, Batman and Superman are in there. How could I forget? And I was playing as Wonder Woman earlier. She's got like a good sword attack and stuff. So there's some character I have no fucking idea what it is. It looks like a weird fairy dragon thing that's got like a lasso type of thing that you can, because you can play. I only played solos, and I was playing online, and I won both my matches. But one of them was like, it's like you get, like Street Fighter, you get like a best of 3. But you do that in this. You do that 3 times basically, or you can just fuck off after one best of 3, or it'll give you the option: do you want a rematch? But if you do that 3 times, then that's it, and you win. Like if you win two best of 3s in a row, then you've won a victory, and then you have to move on to somebody else. I guess that's just stop someone just like getting punished, or like being a glutton for punishment, constantly getting beaten. But yeah, it's quite a lot of fun, and I think it's cross-play enabled. I don't know if it's on PlayStation. I don't think it's on Nintendo. It's definitely on Xbox and PC at the moment, but I'm not sure if it's on PlayStation. It might be. It would seem weird if it wasn't on PlayStation, to be honest. But I think most of the people I've been playing against, or 2 of them, have been on Steam. Ooh, got a little buzz from your mic again. Some reason. So yeah, if you've got access to it, I think you should probably have a go, because it's free to play. You don't like everything you can pay for in terms of unlocking characters. You can just grind out the gold. It would seem to just unlock them that way. But yeah,
for the moment, still in beta.
Yeah, well, I think it's gonna there's quite a lot of positivity around about the game. It's fun, and
is it basically Smash Brothers but with Warner?
Yeah. So basically, you have to ping the people to win. Like to win the fight, you have to like ping them into the edge of the screen, sort of thing, or not. Like there's like a void area around. Like it's quite a long way vertically. But yeah, if you push them, bang them far enough off to the right or the left, they basically go off the screen, and you've beaten them.
Yeah.
I think basically they get weaker, more likely to get thrown off the more you beat the shit out of them. So
yeah.
But
sounds
yeah,
very much like
when you go off the sides, you can get yourself back. You've got so many things you can do. Like if you're gonna, there's like edges. Obviously, you can fall off the platform to the left or the right. But you've got a double jump. You've got a long jump. You can use like up attacks and stuff and dodges. You get a lot. It's like if you go off, you're not definitely going to fuck up and die. You can quite easily get yourself back onto the platform and have another go. And fights to go so well. The ones I've had are going on for quite a long time. So, and it ain't got boring. But I've only played it for like, I say, 3/4 of an hour or whatever. But I'll probably play some more.
Does look really good. I only just button mash on them.
Yeah, I was doing that basically. Your mic's gone super buzzy again.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it would just change.
No.
Nothing's moving, nothing's changing.
Oof. Cool.
Should we hear something then?
Yeah, it's proper. Like every time you talk, it's gone really weird, robotic.
You know when you're talking, it don't cut. You never in the green thing comes on your screen saying who's talking.
Yeah.
Nothing comes up to say it's making a noise on my ear. So it's only.
Yeah, it's just any sound it picks up, it's weird. Like when you're talking, it's really weird now, like a super robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid robot.
Right. Do your bit then, Dave, and we'll call
Yeah,
it a night,
I think that's it. So I'd like to say thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions or get involved, no. If you'd like to ask us questions or get involved, please contact us either on Twitter at Seal Podcast, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on the Discord server. The link is pinned on Twitter. We have YouTube and Twitch channels which we upload and stream to regularly. And I was going to say Neil do the shout out to chat, but the chat's been quite quiet tonight. I think it's Lord's been on.
Lord's been in the chat, chatting, and Quaxel, I believe, has joined the Discord this week. They've been in the chat. I've seen lurking in the chat. So thanks for coming along. I don't know if any of these other names are actual people or what.
Or bots or
yeah.
But cool. That's it from me. Thank you for joining us this week. It's been good catching up with you guys.
Yes. Right. I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of these mic issues. I might have to. My other Mac. I use this one 7 years old.
Yeah, that's a best excuse.
Well, I've got another one, but it's only got lightning connector. So I lightning USB connector.
Oh my god, it's gone super weird now.
You've got it's echoes, so bad now.
Echoes and stuff.
Right.
Sorry for anyone who's had their ears destroyed.
I'll try and sort it out for next week. It's not mine. So say goodbye, lads.
See you later,
everyone. Cheers for listening.
Later.